Most people spend their entire life trying to avoid pain. We try to avoid difficult workouts, difficult conversation, rejection, but I realize one thing. The pain, what I try to avoid, is actually the thing what make me get in the life what I wanted. In this video, I try to explain why I start see the pain as a vehicle to get me in the spot of the life where I want to get instead of just unnecessary suffering. As a teenager, when I was 15 years old, I started go to gym. And I was always that type of person that the physical effort for some reason just feels good to me. It feels rewarding. So I keep repeating it and repeating it. And I start get big and really strong. And I jump up over loads of my peers. And then the thought stuck in my head, like if I'm going to gym 5 days a week, 2 hours a session, hard workouts, I want to as well have like good looking, like beach sort of body, six pack, be very lean and all that. And as the one saying is, which is funny enough to me, if you fuck around, you find out. And I did fuck around and I find out. And what I find out was that if you want to have a good body, looking great, is not just about the effort you put in the gym, but it's about what you eat. And I was always big eater. I love good food. Like I can eat non-stop. Bread, potatoes, meat, all of that. So problem for me wasn't to put enough calorie, but to put myself in the deficit. And then problem starts. So I have to eat less. I cannot eat bread before sleep. I cannot eat porridge 24/7. I cannot eat fatty pieces of meat. I have to dieting, put myself in pain, be uncomfortable. And then I start making excuses. Well, when I go outside, like I have to look for a healthy meal, like that will just push me down. I have to make my meal prep and go to school. Nah, I want to eat a normal lunch then. And I realize there is price I have to pay for have a six pack. And that price for me, 15, 16-year-old, was way too big for actually pay it. Just eventually down the line, I realize if I really want to look good like this, the gym will be not enough. Like I have to pay the bigger price. And that price for me was pain of discomfort of eating healthy and stay in calorie deficit for a long time. And there was the second thing career-wise. I started working in my early 20s and I started work as a chef in hospitality industry. And as I age, I start kind of realize which type of person I am, and I always know I want to have a family. Having family, you need to have a house. You cannot share the room anymore. You need to have a car. What if you need to drop kids to school and stuff like this? Just the normal things. And I realize where I live in Dublin, Ireland, the money will be never enough if I stick the chef job. So I start thinking, I need to do something in order to change career or do whatever so I can make more money, so I can reach my goals of having family and having happy living, I could say. And then it hit me. So I either have to go back to university and study and change my career, which is again pain and discomfort to go through, so I avoid it. I make all the excuses. Oh, sure, I find other way. Oh, there is people living like this. I just excuse myself, but deep down, I always know what I have to do. So then I realized there is actually two types of pain in my life. The pain of discipline and the pain of regret. And I was thinking one day when I will be old, barely move and everything, will I think backly about why I put myself through the pain of going to education, why I put myself of the pain of negotiate bigger money, of go and approach that girl I always like, or will I have regrets type of why I never ask for more, why I never even try to achieve the goals which I want in the life. And that make me think, what I choose, staying comfortable with regrets or being momentarily uncomfortable without regrets possibly later on. And I decide with that next thing. But as well, that perception of pain changed something in me, and I start feeling like every day I have to put something, like every day has to count, that I have to work out every day, or I have to create something every day, or I have to clean the house, or I have to do trip with the family, and that was that constant silent pressure on my head, like I have to keep going, I have to keep doing the things because that's what improve me. And I as well start seeing this as a not correct way of living, because let's give it a great example. So I keep going to gym and train even through sickness. So I have flu, still show up in the gym, hit it hard and everything. But then I realize I'm taxing my body way more. I should be at home and recovering instead of pushing hard in the gym. But that quiet thinking, which I managed to program myself in my head, no, you have to go through pain, you have to suffer, like this is the only way, is as well not right. You know, it's some sort of like hustle culture, go hard at everything non-stop. And I want to put buffer there. So there is days we feel more down, we sick, or we emotionally drained, or whatever. And on these days, don't stop completely, but take it way more easy, because there is nothing heroic about being burnout and being not able to do nothing hard and lost entire willing and drive towards life. You know, we need to allow ourselves for downturn. So as well, play the video games or go outside with your friends or whatever makes you happy, you know, some sort of unproductive thing. But find that healthy balance. Don't burn yourself, but as well don't stay at home, sit on the couch and do nothing all day. So my now entire idea about Allsay is to maybe make you think about pain as a something different. So next time, if you go to gym and it hurts and you are about to drop the weight, think about it. What if that last rep which hurt me, it actually allowed me to grow up, you know? Same about the career, same about the asking for more money, thinking maybe, should I go back to education? If you ever think you should go ever back to education, you absolutely should go back to education. That's that silent voice in your head telling you, yes, you have to do something. And I'm currently going through the education myself, and it's hard. It's hard. It's really hard. I have a family, I have a wife, I have a kid, another kid on the way, and it's hard to work, doing school, you know, try to do your side quest which make you happy, which is gym for me, or making these videos, you know. But I still think it's not the pleasure in the life what make us happy, but it's purpose, what we give it to our life. And it all look good, but you know, people see you just for what you are. People see you have a nice car, you have a good body, you have a nice relationship, good house, but we don't see the process. The people who usually get something in the life, they get it because they was willing to give up something in the past. So that's how I see it. So if I can incentivize you to take the action, go through uncomfortable things to eventually get the comfortable in the life, that my goal here is done. So I don't try to incentivize you to love pain just for sake of love and pain, but try to understand that the better version of yourself, which you dream about to become, it's behind so much discomfort and things which you don't want to do, that eventually just make the difference. And I believe it is, because sometimes the things that hurt you today, it's building the person you want to become tomorrow. And the last thing on the very end, guys, I have a question for you. Do you know what's the difference between the chainsaw and the toilet paper? There is none. Just 1 second of not paying attention and your fingers might be in ours.